Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Hey, what's up, everybody? I made the same mistake as I did last time. Alright, let's redo that from the top. And I'm leaving this all in. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Hentai Haven, where all your anime and hentai needs are fulfilled. In the last episode, we did Haunted Towers. It's literally like I recorded it like 5 seconds ago, but for some reason couldn't remember the name of it. In this episode, we'll be going through Dark Passage, getting everything in it, just as we've done it for every other mission in this game. I mean, I don't think I need to explain that anymore, but for new people, I imagine I do. I mean, if you're new, why are you watching this episode? Go watch it from the beginning. Unless, of course, you know, you need a walkthrough. This is definitely not the place to do it, because I'm very unorganized. Also, my humor's not very good. I'm very bad at that. Can we talk about the camera for a second there? That was odd. That was not what I was expecting to happen. Cool. Yes, the whole gimmick of this area is very similar to the gimmick that we saw before. We have to kill these guys, and when you hit them, the enemies around them turn into little baby versions, and that's that. That's that. It's nothing crazy. I really like the turtles. Like, the dogs are cool. You can kill the dogs whenever, but I really like what the turtles look like. I don't know why. It's just, I like what the turtles look like. Can we also talk for a second? I just realized this. We haven't seen an egg in so long. What has it been, 2 worlds? It's been 2 worlds since we've seen an egg. Why? What is there a reason behind that? Why have there not been any eggs? What's the hell that's all about? I also like the dogs. I really like a lot of stuff about this world. This world. I meant to say level, but I mean this world's fine too. I like a lot about this level, but one thing I don't like is the map layout, because it's kind of stinky. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of stinky. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that there's a lot wrong with that. Dude,
thank you for releasing me.
I love your stash. Let me tell you, you look like my sensei from when I was in karate and when I was 9. I got to a red belt and then I stopped. It's a long story why I stopped. We're not going to get into it because it would ruin the feeling of this episode, but it's a long story. Either way, I was in karate, and yes, if you come at me, haters, I will karate chop your throat. Alright? Don't effing mess with me, alright? I don't kid around, alright? Speaking of things that happened when I was young, I used to own a Wii before I was a PlayStation guy. You know, very big Nintendo guy, and I still am. I love Nintendo stuff. It's one of my favorite companies, you know, right under Hentai Haven. But also, you know, they're just great, right? I love Nintendo. They always put effort into their stuff. You know, it's great. You know, I love everything. I love Smash Brothers. Everything. I love everything they do, except for Super Punch Out. I don't know. It's never really, I don't know. But that's besides the point. I love Punch Out normally, so it's fine. I'll get into that in a second. I used to have a Wii, as I just said a few seconds ago. And I had this game. You might have heard of it. Very, you know, indie developer, Nintendo. They made Super Mario Galaxy 1. I love the hell out of Super Mario Galaxy 1. I beat it like 3 times. It's so good. I mean, I love every level out of that game. And even now, like, looking back, whew, Super Mario Galaxy 1 is so good. But then they made a sequel, and the sequel was pretty decent. It was very linear, though. Super Mario Galaxy 2 was also really good. It wasn't as good as Super Mario Galaxy 1, however, I don't feel, but it is really good. And I was young, so I was like, you know what? I've beaten this game. Never ended up beating that game until 3 years later. I'll tell you why in a second. But the real reason I want to tell you this is because I knew somebody, and we're no longer friends. I no longer know the person because I moved. But I let him borrow my game, and he had it for 3 months. So my stupid child brain was like, you know what? He's either really not good at Mario Galaxy, or he's stolen it from me. And yeah, he stole it from me. He straight up stole it. And the reason I didn't tell my dad sooner was I was very afraid. He told me not to, but I did it anyways because I was a little rebel-ass kid and I did whatever the fuck I wanted. And then I realized, wait, I can't because I'm too much of goody two-shoes. So I told him, and he was very mad at me. And I was like, yeah, I get it. All right, I know you're mad. And then we stormed the kid's house and got the game back.
Thanks.
I mean, his mom was there. We explained it. He got in trouble. It was pretty good. Now I'm very scared to give anyone, let anyone borrow a game. So there's that. But also, now let me talk about why I love Super Mario Galaxy 2 and why I also despise it. I love Super Mario Galaxy 2 in the bottom of my heart just as much as I love Super Mario Galaxy 1. It's a great game. It's fantastic, right? And I've beaten it once. I've only beaten it once. Ever. And it's not because I didn't want to beat it multiple times. It's because I was right there at the end. I was 2 levels away from the end of the game. And then I accidentally deleted my save. And I said, well, shit. And I cried for an hour and a half. No joke. This was actually yesterday. No, it was when I was younger. And I cried and I cried and I cried. And I didn't try to replay it for another month. It took me a month to get back into that game after the atrocity that had happened to me. I was so sad. Oh, I was so sad. Either way, I finally started back up, and I rushed through that thing. I did every single main mission, and then I realized I got to the point where I left off and was like, alrighty, this is it. And then I deleted. No, I didn't delete my save again. But I beat the game. It was a victorious gamer moment. And then I never played it again. I didn't even do the side stuff. If I had Mario Galaxy 2 now, I would beat the entire game 3 times over. Plus, I would have done all the side stuff because that's the kind of person I am, and I would have gotten everything. I mean, a lot of games when I was younger, I didn't get everything in it. And looking back, I could have definitely gotten everything in all of them. Like the game Super Mario Brothers 2 for the DS. New Super Mario Brothers 2, or whatever it is. Where it was very money-centric. Yeah. I beat that game in an hour and a half. I opened the box, put it in my DS. Went from 1-1 to Bowser in an hour and a half. Did not touch the game after that at all. Did not touch the game after that at all. I feel bad looking back. I'm like, I could have beaten that game. I mean, it wasn't all that great. It was very money-centric. I don't know why they did that. But, I could have beaten the entire game, gotten everything in it, and it would have been easy peasy. But I didn't. Ow! Fuck you. Jesus. But I didn't. And now, looking back, I'm like, man, I really should have done that. Another thing was, also, we're gonna do this mission as well, Frosty Castle, because it's only been 9 minutes. Another thing I've done is there's games where I've just never beaten them, but then there's also things like Super Mario 64 for the DS, where I was 3 stars away from having 150 stars because the max in that game is 150 stars, compared to Mario 64's 120. I believe it was 120. It added 30 more stars, so I got 147 stars, and I ran through the entire game looking for the 3 stars I missed, and I never found them. And to this day, I still have no idea what those stars were. So that's like one of the moments in my gaming career where it's like, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get the chance to find out what those stars were. And it's not like I haven't looked up multiple playthroughs now because A, I love Super Mario 64, but also because I feel like I needed to look it up for my own purposes. You know, I watched Chugga Conroy do his playthrough, and I'm like, where are the 3 stars I'm missing? And I just can't locate them. I can't. And it's a game I used to play with my cousin, and, you know, bless her soul. I love her so much. She's one of the main reasons I'm really into gaming. But it's like, where are those stars? And she got all of them. And I'm like, where did you get the last 3 stars? I am so confused. And it's not like she hasn't told me. We tried to figure it out together, and we never did. Mudada. It's so sad. Truly. My gaming career. Man. I gotta say it, though. Nintendo is such a good company. They really are. I'm so happy for them being the people that I played, you know, their games. Rather than playing, you know, the PS4, which is, well, more of the PS3 and the PS2. And I loved PS2 games. I mean, they're great. There's actually a game I want to talk about, but I'll talk about that in a second. You know, I'm very happy I grew up with Nintendo because they're the people that wanted, you know, us to enjoy games. They're very, you know, like, I don't know, like how they do their whole shtick is, if you don't enjoy our games, then we didn't make a very good game. Like, they want their consumers to enjoy them, or that's what they put off, so I'm gonna say that's what they want. And I'm really happy I grew up with them because it's kind of morphed me into the person the person who I am. I would have never met the people that I've met and had relationships with, because I remember I had this entire table group of kids back in elementary school where it was just like, oh yeah, I played Super Mario Land 3D. Oh, I did everything in it. It was so great. Oh yeah, I used to play the Pokemon Battle or whatever that game was, where it was like little toy Pokemon and you collected them by killing. I don't know what that game was called, but it was like it wasn't a normal Pokemon game. It was not a normal Pokemon game, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So good. But also because, I mean, I also have just become such a completionist now. I mean, hell, look at me. I'm doing a playthrough of Spyro 1, getting everything in it, while talking about just Nintendo. This is nothing new to me. I mean, the only reason I like to get everything in games is just because, you know, that's kind of how I've trained my brain. That's why I like to get platinum achievements / trophies on my PS4, because it's awesome. You know, oh, I've done everything in the game. I am officially done with it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But it's definitely like one of those feelings where it's like, yeah, I'm very happy I grew up with them. And I know I didn't play like the classics, like Super Mario 2, the best game ever. But also I haven't played, you know, I never ended up playing the normal Super Mario 64. I never got to play Super Mario Sunshine, even though that game looks amazing and I wouldn't mind playing it. I never got to play, you know, the normal WarioWares or other stuff like that, but I've grown up with the newer things, and they haven't really tried as much with the newer ones. But they're so good. But it was only Mario games. It was only Mario games. It was never Zelda. It was never Pokemon. It was never Pikmin. I don't know why. I just never. I just never. I got Ocarina of Time, and I never could get past the Big Goron, where I believe you just put down a bomb and it stops him. I've never gotten past that. Not because I haven't wanted to, just because I'm a stupid kid, so I didn't really think about that. Even though I swore that I put a bomb down in it, and it was supposed to stop him, and it didn't. It didn't stop him. I'm like, what the hell? All I'm saying is I love video games. I love them. Now, you know what game I really love? which they should remaster, or like remake, or do something. SpongeBob's Battle for Bikini Bottom. Ow. Okay, ow again. That game was my shit. Alright, let me just explain. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is like this and Banjo-Kazooie combined in its own way, because it's that kind of game. It's a collectathon. But it's so good. It's so good. And it's probably just my nostalgia. But it's such a good game. Oh my god, it's so good. I've been watching one of my favorite YouTube channels play it through recently. Super Mega, very funny. They were the editors of Game Grumps. They're not off of Game Grumps. They actually are their own thing, but they were the editors of Game Grumps, and then they stopped. You know, just to maybe clue into who they are. And they're on episode 6 as they're recording this. And I love their series, and I love their channel. But I also love the fact that they're playing SpongeBob's Battle for Bikini Bottom, because the game's fantastic in every way. That game's so good. It's so good. I love that game to death. And I mean it. It's so good. It's just so good. I don't know how to... Like, there's so many collectibles in that game. Everything's so memorable. And it's one of the few reasons I would actually... I would get a PlayStation as well, because I was like... I had really fond memories with the PS2. So let me get the PS4. I mean, it's not like I didn't also have a PS3, because my dad, he had a PS3, and we'd play it. I played GTA 5 on it for a good, like, year and a half, and then I stopped. But it's like, you know, that's another reason why I love PS2, because that's where I played, you know, one of my favorite games growing up. And then I think, if I remember correctly, I also had another SpongeBob game. Very similar concept, and because there's 3. There is the movie one, which is the other one I had. There is Battle for Bikini Bottom, and then there's another one, which I don't remember at all. But I don't remember what it's called, but it's the 3rd in that series. It's in the same vein. It's like in the same kind of concept. I might have played that one as well, but all 3 of them are really good. I think Battle for Bikini Bottom is the best. The movie one is like sucky, but like they're all pretty good. I mean, they just are. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. We need the chest, and I don't know where the chest is, but we'll figure out in a second, I guess. It's probably over here. Pretty sure it's over here by this waterfall, right? Yeah, it's right here. Also, let me just say, 2 levels in 20 minutes, that's pretty nice. And it's not even like I had to, like, make up any, like, conversations or anything, because I was on a nice topic. Like, when you get on a nice topic and you can talk about it for a good half an hour, you know you're pretty passionate about it. And I like that. I'm a very passionate person. I am. My entire family tells me that. I'm a very passionate person. And when I'm set to one thing, I will, you know, I will love and cherish whatever that thing is. It's a very good trait, but also a bad trait. So, I mean, there's that. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode, we'll be heading out to Jax. I think that's how you say his name. I mean, he's a pretty cool character from Mortal Kombat. All of them. He's from every single Mortal Kombat game. He's in all of them. Jax? Metal Arms Boy. Yeah. I have a story about that, but I'll tell you guys that next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Crash's channel. In the next episode, we'll be fighting Jax, I just said. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have to. This is not the way to do it. It's actually over here, I believe. Right? Yep, it's right here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.